I throw open the door to her house. Everything is dark. I stumble around, following my way up her stairs. I come to her room. The door is shut, and I can hear crying inside. I open her door. Sayori? Oh God, it looks even worse here. Sayori's collapsed in the middle of the room, bawling. Sayori? What's the point, Monica? What do you mean? I knew it was bad, but seeing everything like this, everything we care about is going away, even if we can stop it. Everything they love is going to be gone. It's all being destroyed. The world's being destroyed, and it was my idea to bring them back. I pulled them back here, and it's all falling apart. At least before it all fell apart, they wouldn't have known. But now, because of me, they're here and they're scared. Even now, I couldn't stop being selfish. Sayori, I tell her.
What to tell her to comfort her? I don't think I want to pick this one. This is our shot to make things right. You gave them back their friends, Sayori.
Sayori, they're here, and they're with us. They're friends. I know you think you're being selfish because you wanted them here, but if they knew we had the option to bring them back with us and we didn't take it, they'd be furious with us. If we're going to fix this, we're going to need them by our side, and that's where they'd want to be. You're right. I'm just so scared. What if we can't save them? Then you had them with you at the end, and they had us with them. That's all any of us want. That's all I ever wanted, to not feel alone. Sayori, it's thanks to you that we don't feel that way. Do you mean that? I do. And I know if Natsuki and Yuri were here right now, they'd tell you the same. Oh God, what's this buzzing in my ears? Speaking of which, where are the others? I sent them to the school. I think it's the safest place right now. That's probably smart. Monica, do you hear that?
How could I not?
Yeah, I do. I've got a bad feeling about this. We should get out of here. Yeah, I think you're right. We leave the room. It's pitch black again. That static is getting louder. I think we're about to lose Sayori's house. I just hope we're not still inside when it happens. We stumble around in the darkness for a bit. Eventually my hands reach a knob. Sayori, I think I found the exit. I open the door. We're standing in front of Sayori's house. Everything around us looks warped, colorless, and distorted. We take a step back. The whole scene begins to collapse around us. I blink, and suddenly the whole scene is gone. Looking around me, I can still see the rest of the neighborhood. It looks broken too, like Hallie's house, but it's there. But in front of us, where Sayori's house used to be, is only static. It's like a wall. It looks like I could reach out and touch it. I'm not going to try it, though. Looking over at Sayori, she has an unreadable expression on her face. Is it anger? Sadness? Fear? I have no idea. She takes a deep breath. I think I'm ready to go find the others, Monica. All right, let's head back to the club room. We set off to the school. This is bad. And I've got the feeling it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Thank you for playing the teaser demo of Doki Doki Limbo. This build contains most of Act 1 of the final game. The final mod is intended to focus largely on the development of the characters, how they interact with their situation and each other, and how your choices as Monica affect those relationships. Whether the girls manage to find happiness, whether Monica finds redemption, and what forms those answers take is in your hands. If you enjoyed the demo, please consider following me at Mod2DDLC on Twitter for updates on the mod's progress, or on YouTube at the Doki Doki Limbo mod channel. And of course, check out the wonderful folks at RDDLC Mods if you aren't already. I'll be posting regular updates there as well.
I hope you enjoyed the experience thus far. I can't say I'm thrilled with this revelation, but at the very least I'm glad we can all handle it together.
I just hope things get better in the final version, because hearing all that sucked. At least I got more to do than Yuri, though. I'm glad she's okay. Not that I care either way, it'd just be annoying being the only sane person here. Ugh, whatever.
I hope you enjoyed the demo. You were really nice to me. Somehow I doubt Monica would be that happy to see me on her own. So thanks. Before we go, some quick thanks are in order. A huge thank you to Nuxel and true lover of Monica for providing the stairwell and void backgrounds used in this mod. The darkened version of Sayori's room is from AJ the Yandere.
Meanwhile, the sprites of Sayori and Monica used for the main menu were made by users Yazzie.Kerr and GreenBean01, respectively. Menu Natsuki was provided by Silverwolf9300, and Yuri was made by Blurryface. All of these assets came from the DDLC Mods Community Asset folder. Speaking of which, another huge shout out to the great folks at our DDLC Mods for their advice on building this mod. Without them, the first line of code wouldn't have gotten written. Well, I'd say that about wraps things up for now. Thanks for playing. I hope to see you in the final release.
End. No way. It's not the end at all. I'm kind of curious to go back in and see what we can try for some other options. Because there were some other options, of course. Yeah, let's go for it. We'll test the demo to its fullest extent. And, oh good, we can actually skip into the parts we have not seen. Alright, so first time we tried to restore, we tried loading Monica's room, didn't we? Let's try to restore the character files instead.
Maybe if I... But what if they remember and hate me? Or what if it doesn't work? I have to try. I can't be alone here, right?
Error. Script files corrupted. Continue. Oh. Well, that was brief. I wonder if I can get back to the menu from here. Like, it's tricky with the screens being broken. We know settings isn't gonna work. And we know... Did I try to save before? I tried to use the history before and it didn't work. Is saving and loading broken? Yeah, it's broken. Oh boy. Whatever is wrong with scripts, they're gonna have to figure it out. I don't know what's going on with that. So I guess we ended up here regardless. Let's go to the club room instead of homeroom.
I guess I'll try the club room first. I make my way over the stairs and start climbing up. A weird feeling of deja vu takes over. Coupled with the silence and emptiness around me, it makes for a creepy atmosphere. Maybe this is what playing through the game felt like for them. Eventually I reach the club room. The door is shut. When I open it, there's no sound. Well, it looks normal enough, but it's empty just like everywhere else. I sigh and take a seat. I look out the window. That's strange. I can't see out. Everything's just gray.
Ah, so that's why she said earlier that she still couldn't see out the window. I had wondered about that before because, like, it makes sense if you'd picked this, but if you go the other way, she doesn't look through any windows, and it's like, There's a discrepancy there, Mr. Developer. There you go. Boom.
How bad is this game broken? Or I guess the better question would be, how is it still functioning at all?
The door opened.
I nearly jump out of my seat as the sound of the door opening echoes through the room. When I glance over, the door hasn't moved. I can only assume in its broken state, the game delayed playing the file. As if I couldn't hate this game anymore. I sit in silence for a bit longer, then stand to leave. No point in idling about, I suppose. Well, that didn't accomplish much.
Aha, okay. We're back in the hallway, without accomplishing things. And then we get Sayori visions, stuff. A lot of things happen. We've really fucked up.
I really fucked it all up.
Monica!
Well, that's true. And besides, who's gonna yell at me? The teachers? I gesture to the abandoned school.
Yeah, I guess that's true. So how do we find the others?
What? Sayori,
Wasn't much different.
What do I say? This isn't a good idea. I really don't think this is a good idea.
You're serious, aren't you? You really don't want them back.
I just want...
Is it because you're scared? Or are you feeling guilty?
That's not fair, Sayori.
Well, I think, well, I'm going to bring them back, and I doubt I can do it alone.
Alright, fine, we'll try, but I'm really not sure this is going to work.
I need your help, Monica. I don't like it any more than you do. But I need your help.
Part of me feels like I owe this to Sayori. After everything, I still doubt if it will work. If you're serious about this, Sayori, then I'll help you.
And there we go. That was that up. Bit longer. We're not going to say anything serious this time. We're going to be super apathetic.
I can't think of anything I want to say. I don't even know what I should say. We keep walking in silence. It's awkward, but it's probably better than trying to force things right now. Eventually, we pass Hallie's house and then Sayori's. Boop.
Gotta keep an eye on that skip button. We could rest for a bit.
We can always stay here for a bit. I think we could all use the rest.
Yeah, that actually sounds like a good idea. You guys look like death.
What about Yuri? She could be trapped out there, alone. We should go find her. Sayori, we're no use to anyone exhausted.
Yeah, and what about Hallie? He might be here.
Yeah. Sayori sits down, looking defeated. I glance at Natsuki. She looks concerned, but more than anything, she just looks confused.
Actually, right now she kind of looks happy.
Me too, Natsuki. I give her a glance that says to let it go for now. She nods and then we sit down as well. It isn't long before the exhaustion of what happened overtakes me again and I drift off to sleep. I'm awakened by the sounds of Natsuki and Sayori getting up. It looks like Natsuki was about to come wake me anyways because she stops once she sees me moving.
Sayori really wants to go look for Yuri now. You feeling okay?
Better, yeah.
All right, we should get moving then. She's really on edge about this.
They use that phrase a lot. On edge.
I notice Sayori is keeping quiet. She won't look in my direction either. I hope I haven't made her angry. That's the last thing I need right now.
Oh, there's some subtle differences too. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna let it be. Politely not tease Natsuki for the once.
I decided it's for the best not to bring it up. We're all on edge.
There it is again.
Yes, it is. An angry Natsuki is the last thing we need. Although it would be pretty funny.
Boop. How do I respond? You're not innocent, Sayori.
Do you think that explanation won't include you? Don't forget, you're not exactly innocent here yourself. If her expression could get angrier, it just did. Seeing Sayori look like that is still jarring. Fine, tell her. I don't care. All I care about is getting everyone back together. I sigh in frustration. That's fine, Monica. I don't think you'd understand anyways. With that, she turns away from me. I see that look of concentration on her face again. Oh, after a second, though, she breaks and looks at me. You know what? She can go back to Natsuki. I can do this myself. I'm sorry, what? I can do this. The whole time we've been here, you haven't even seemed like you want to bring the others back. You've been nothing but hostile to me. I can feel anger bubbling up inside me. I'm about to explode at Sayori before I stop and think about Natsuki. I'm still trying to keep this as painless as possible. Fine. Deal with it yourself. I walk back over to Natsuki.
Monica, where's Sayori and Yuri?
Sayori, she wanted me to check on you. Are you all right? Natsuki blinks.
I'm fine. Thanks for asking. What is going on between you two? You've seemed angry at each other this entire time.
I avoid eye contact. It's hard to explain. Luckily, I don't have to. I'm interrupted by Sayori returning, pale as a ghost and half carrying, half dragging Yuri over to us. She lays Yuri down in front of us. Yuri's not moving.
Yuri!
And then it's normal from there. So Sayori did find her on her own. She was able to do it. Oh, well, we can tell that our responses are actually like affecting things somewhat. We're gonna stay and check on Yuri.
I decide to stay and check on Yuri. Dealing with conflict has always been Sayori's specialty, not mine. I walk over to Yuri and kneel down beside her.
We fixed her code. So you kind of just missed that whole conversation if you don't pick the other thing. Should I admit it? We're gonna tell Natsuki. Drop it.
Natsuki, stop! Stop asking about it, okay? I find myself losing my temper. Things are stressful enough already without Natsuki constantly badgering me.
Excuse me? You and Sayori have been acting weird this entire time. You're hiding something, and it's about time you come clean.
Please stop yelling.
No way, Yuri. I have had it up to here with this. Everything is all messed up, and we need Monica acting weird like we need a hole in the head.
What makes you think I have any answers, huh? I wish I knew why we were here. I wish I knew how this happened. I stopped myself. My temper is rising, and I almost said everything in a rage.
Tried to? Tried to what, Monica?
What Monica is trying to say. You're staring daggers at me.
As if we do know something, a little, but not as much as you think, Natsuki. And what we do know is bad news. So why don't we all just take a seat and calm down? We're all friends. We don't need to be fighting. Especially now.
Natsuki seems to have vanished.
Fine, but I swear to God, if I don't get answers soon.
Natsuki trails off. She scowls at me before turning away and sitting down. Yuri soon follows suit. Her eyes are glued to the ground. That just leaves me and Sayori. I go to sit down, but I'm stopped as she grabs my sleeve and pulls me aside.
Monica, what was that?
Do you really want to tell them? Now of all times? Natsuki won't stop crying. That kind of stress is the last thing anyone needs right now.
She's scared, Monica. She's not going to tell you that. You know Natsuki.
Fine, then you tell them.
If I have to, I will. Look, Monica, I know you're stressed and you're afraid. You know a lot of this is your fault and you don't want to have to tell them that.
Hey, don't try to pin this.
But it's my fault, too.
I stop.
Did you think I forgot that? I've thought about it every single second since you deleted the game. It's all I think about. I wish I could take it all back, but I can't. Neither can you. We can't keep running from it, Monica. We just can't. There's no way to hide it from them anymore. Look around you. All we can do is try and pick up the pieces.
I'm not sure what to say. She's probably right, but I can't, or I won't, or maybe I just don't want to. I don't know anymore.
I think we should tell them together, so it doesn't seem like one of us is blaming the other. But if you won't tell them, I will. They have to know.
With that, she walks off and sits down with the others. I stand there for a moment before joining them. Natsuki won't look at me, or anyone else for that matter. She just keeps glaring down at the ground. Sayori's talking to Yuri, trying to comfort her. It seems to be working, at least a little bit. Eventually, though, that conversation ends, leaving us sitting in awkward silence. We all sit there for a bit. Eventually, Sayori sits up straight and looks at everyone.
And there we go. She's like, write a poem. Write a poem. I don't know if the poems really change anything. Alright, let's see if the words I pick are actually going in there. This unstable, rainbow, dance, graveyard, hurt, contamination, milk. If I press skip, it's going to skip through the poem page, so I don't want to do that. Nope, it is someone else's writing. Those are not the words we chose. But is that implying that MC is about? We've already seen this. Let's skip ahead.